Chapter 12, How Nature Works in Harmony, Question Answers from Grade 8, Subject Science, Book Curiosity. Probe and ponder. Question 1. How might the loss of forest cover and changes in rainfall patterns led to elephants to enter human farms and villages? Answer. Loss of forest cover reduces the natural habitat and food sources of elephants. Changes in rainfall patterns affect the growth of plants, fruits, and water availability in forest. As a result, elephants move out of forest in search of food and water. This often leads them to enter human farms and villages, causing conflict. Question 2. Imagine you are a tree in a dense forest. What kind of relationships would you have with water, sunlight, other animals, and other components of the forest? Answer. With water and soil, absorb nutrients and minerals for growth. With sunlight, perform photosynthesis to make food. With animals, provide fruits, leaves, and shelter. Birds and insects help in pollination and seed dispersal. With other trees, compete for sunlight and space, but also form a community that maintains the forest ecosystem. With decomposers, fallen leaves and branches decompose, returning nutrients to the soil. Question 3. Do you think the earth can thrive without humans? Can humans survive without the earth? Answer. Earth without humans? Yes, earth can thrive. Plants, animals, and natural cycles, water, carbon, nitrogen will continue. In fact, ecosystems may become healthier without human interference. Humans without earth? No, humans cannot survive without earth. We depend on it for air, water, food, shelter, and all resources. Question 4. If two kinds of birds compete for the same fruit, how might their way of living change over time? Answer. Continuous competition may lead to adaptations. One species may change its feeding time, morning versus evening. One may shift to a different type of fruit or food source. They may adapt their beak shapes to eat different parts of the fruit. This process is called resource partitioning, which reduces competition and allows both species to survive. Question 5. Can human actions cause natural disasters? Answer. Yes. Human actions can trigger or worsen natural disasters. Examples: deforestation, soil erosion, floods and landslides. Next, burning fossil fuels, climate change, more cyclones, droughts and heat waves. Next, overuse of groundwater, land subsidence and drought. Next, unplanned construction in earthquake-prone areas, greater damage during quakes. Thus, human activities can intensify natural hazards into disasters. Next, keep the curiosity alive. Question 1. Refer to the given diagram, figure 12.19 and select the wrong statement. So friends, here are three circles. First is population, second is community, and third is ecosystem. Answer. First, a community is larger than a population. This is correct. Second, a community is smaller than an ecosystem. This is also correct. Third, an ecosystem is part of a community. So friends, this is wrong. Reason: an ecosystem includes both community, living organisms, and abiotic factors like air, water, and soil. So, a community is a part of an ecosystem, not the other way around. Question 2. A population is part of a community. If all decomposers suddenly disappear from a forest ecosystem, what changes do you think would occur? Explain why decomposers are essential. Answer. If decomposers disappear, dead plants and animals will accumulate. Nutrients will not return to the soil, making it infertile. Plants will not get enough nutrients, reducing food for herbivores and carnivores. The entire food chain will collapse. Decomposers are essential because they recycle nutrients back into the soil, maintaining the nutrient cycle and keeping the ecosystem balanced. Question 3. Selvam from Kudalur district, Tamil Nadu shared that his village was less affected by the 2004 tsunami compared to nearby villages due to the presence of mangrove forest. This surprised Sarita, Shabnam and Shijo. They wondered if mangroves were protecting the village. Can you help them understand this? Answer: yes, mangroves protected the village. Mangrove forests act as natural barriers. Their dense roots and trees reduce the speed and force of waves. They prevent soil erosion and protect coastal land. They absorb the impact of storms and tsunamis, reducing damage to villages. Conclusion: mangroves are called bioshields because they protect coastal areas from natural disasters. Question 4. Look at this food chain. Grass, then grasshopper, then frog, then snake. If frog disappear from this ecosystem, what will happen to the population of grasshoppers and snakes? Why? Answer: if frogs disappear, grasshopper population will increase because no frogs to eat them. Snake population will decrease because snakes lose their main food source. This imbalance may also lead to crop damage due to too many grasshoppers. Frogs are a key link in this food chain and their disappearance will disturb the balance of the ecosystem. Question 5. In a school garden, students noticed fewer butterflies the previous season. What could be the possible reasons? What steps can students take to have more butterflies on campus? Answer: possible reasons for fewer butterflies: lack of flowering plants, less nectar, use of pesticides or insecticides that kill butterflies and caterpillars, climate changes, temperature, rainfall affecting butterfly breeding, loss of host plants where butterflies lay eggs, steps to attract more butterflies, plant nectar-rich flowers, marigold, hibiscus, sunflower, lantana, grow host plants for caterpillars, milkweed, curry leaves, citrus plants, avoid chemical pesticides, use eco-friendly methods, create a small water source or moist soil patch for butterflies to sip water. Question 6. Why is it not possible to have an ecosystem with only producers and no consumers or decomposers? Answer: producers, plants make food, but without consumers, the energy cannot flow further. Without decomposers, dead plants would pile up and nutrients would not return to the soil. Consumers and decomposers are essential to recycle matter and transfer energy. Therefore, an ecosystem with only producers would collapse because the balance of energy and nutrients would be lost. Question 7. Observe two different places near your home or school. Example: a park and a roadside. List the living and non-living components you see. How are the two ecosystems different? Answer: park ecosystem: living, trees, grass, flowers, birds, butterflies, ants, squirrels, earthworms. Non-living: soil, water, sunlight, air, benches, stones. Roadside ecosystem: living, few shrubs, stray dogs, crows, pigeons, insects. Non-living: concrete road, vehicles, dust, air, sunlight, poles. Differences: park has greater biodiversity and a balanced ecosystem. Roadside has fewer plants and animals, more pollution, and is less stable as an ecosystem. Question 8. Human-made ecosystems like agricultural fields are necessary, but they must be made sustainable. Comment on the statement. Answer: human-made ecosystems, farms, gardens, aquariums provide food and resources for people, but they are less stable than natural ecosystems because they need fertilizers, irrigation, pest control. If not managed well, they cause soil degradation, water pollution, and biodiversity loss. To be sustainable, farming should use crop rotation and mixed cropping, organic manure and biofertilizers, natural pest control instead of chemicals, water conservation methods. Conclusion: Human-made ecosystems are important for survival, but they must be managed in harmony with nature. Question 9. If the Indian hare population, figure 12.20, this one, drops because of a disease, how would it affect the number of other organisms? So friends, this is the parts of a food web: sun, grass and plants, hare, deer, fox and eagle. Answer: grass and plants. Their population will increase because fewer hares are eating them. Predators, fox and eagle. Their population will decrease because they lose an important food source, hare. They may turn to other prey like deer, increasing pressure on other herbivores. Deer population may face greater predation from foxes and eagles as an alternative to hares. This could cause a decline in deer numbers over time. So friends, next is discover, design and debate. I will post question answers of this section on my website. You can check it there. So with this, we have completed question answers of chapter 12, How Nature Works in Harmony. We have already studied the notes and summary of this chapter. You can find the link in the description and on the screen. If you like the video, kindly like, hype the video and share it with your friends. Also subscribe to my channel for more such videos. We will meet in the next video. Thank you for watching.